small, crumbling town of Ashwood, a sinister presence had taken root in the heart of the dense, whispering woods, one that cast an inexplicable shadow over everything it touched. On a chill autumn night, under a moon that hung like a crooked tooth against an ink-black sky, the air felt thick with an indescribable anticipation. A restless wind swept through the streets, laden with the scent of damp earth and decay, whispering secrets too dark for mortal ears. It was a night when the stars appeared to blink out of existence, as if terrified to bear witness to the horrors that lurked just beyond the fringes of human understanding. Evelyn, a newcomer in Ashwood, felt this strange aura seep into her very bones, gnawing at her sanity in subtle, insidious ways. At first, she attributed her growing unease to the shadows of her past, a life overshadowed by grief, haunting her thoughts in the form of paranoia. But as the crisp bite of autumn yielded to the encroaching chill of winter, she began noticing peculiar oddities. The distant howl of an unplaceable creature, the elusive way shadows danced at the edges of her vision, and the flickering lights in her modest home that seemed to pulse with the rhythm of her mounting dread. One fateful evening, compelled by a force she couldn't quite understand, Evelyn ventured deeper into the woods. The trees were gnarled and twisted, an ancient cathedral of bark and decay that muted even the chirping of the crickets. With each tentative step, an invisible weight pressed against her chest, her heart thrumming in a chaotic mix of curiosity and fear. Suddenly, she burst into an open clearing, stumbling upon a slick, dark object half buried in the leaves. It was a fragment of twisted metal, glimmering in the pallid light as though it had fallen from some grotesque version of heaven. The object pulsed with a strange sensation that resonated deep within her bones, an unsettling vibration that beckoned her to touch it. As she cautiously extended a trembling hand, memories cascaded through her mind, soft, disembodied whispers urging her to grant them access to her thoughts. In that moment, Evelyn felt something unprecedented. She was no longer alone, an unseen gaze scrutinizing her most cherished memories and lingering sorrows. The chill of solitude lifted, only to be replaced by the tightening grip of something unknowable, something that hungered. In the days that followed, the anomaly wove itself into her life, implicating itself in every moment. She became beset by visions, flickering glimpses of a repugnant landscape, waves of darkness crashing violently against jagged cliffs, and silhouettes of beings that defied the very nature of existence. Familiar faces of neighbors morphed in her nightmares, their once warm eyes now hollow and watching her with malicious anticipation from the abyss. Desperation clawed at her mind, unraveling her resolve as she spiraled into chaos. She told herself it was merely exhaustion, a consequence of sleepless nights plagued by memories of a past she couldn't escape. Yet a burgeoning sense of doom crackled around her like static in the air, heralding a revelation just beyond her grasp. Towering trees leaned more closely, drilling into her thoughts, their relentless fear of what lurked beyond the veil, an ancient entity far beyond her comprehension. Then came the fever dream, a night when colors blazed across the sky and the woods came alive with a cacophony of primal voices. As Evelyn lay cocooned in her bed, the metal relic pulsed with radiance, casting her room into surreal disarray. She awoke outside, the chill biting deep, her surroundings awash in an otherworldly glow. Gazing upward, the stars twisted and wriggled, revealing patterns beyond her understanding, horrific geometries that punctured the seams of her sanity. Before her, shadows coalesced into grotesque forms, glowing appendages extending into dimensions that should not exist. An indescribable presence loomed, shimmering with the iridescence of the cosmos, a creature birthed from the depths of space, whispering truths that burrowed into the very essence of her being. It spoke not in words, but through emotions, flooding her mind with alien understandings that threatened to unravel the deepest threads of human truth. Evelyn screamed, a wretched sound echoing through the dark expanse. Yet the woods swallowed her cries, and shadows beckoned her in a rhythm that felt simultaneously inviting and sinister. Where once she sought solitude, she now found herself woven into a cosmic web, binding her to the creature, a symbiotic horror resonating through eternity, dancing on the precarious edge between existence and oblivion. Dawn broke, indifferent to her unraveling, while Ashwood remained frozen in its facade of normalcy. The townsfolk greeted her as they always had, nodding in passing, their eyes flickering with hints of abyssal knowledge. Evelyn, now a vessel of strange truth, teetered innocently on the edge of madness, acutely aware that whatever watched from the depths of the woods, where reality cracked, was still ravenous. The woods persisted, a dark testament to the affliction that seeped into her very core, offering no solace, only the unsettling reminder of the sinister unknown waiting just beyond the fragile grasp of her sanity.